Okay, hi and welcome back. I'm still in the same necklace. It's still the same shear. But for you, it's a week later. I'm sorry. Sorry, Imeinu. Chava gave us the power of tshuva, and Sarah gave us the power of boundaries, but a real boundary. You know, my father, Olav Shalom, Reb Zalman Butman, for those of you who knew him, when he said nain, it was nain. There was no wiggle room. Nowadays, when we say, no, I don't think so, how much wiggle room did I leave? Enough for a truck to get through. What's the matter with us? From Sarah we learned the power of a boundary. No, Yishmael cannot stay here with Yitzchak. Nitovin v'soreden, there's nothing to discuss. Imagine the headlines the next day. But Sarah knew that there's nothing to discuss. No is no. A boundary is a boundary. A wall is a wall. I wonder who paid for it. But it was done not because of personal vendetta. It was done because that's the right thing. Without emotion. And Hashem says to him, whatever your wife tells you, Shema B'Kela, listen to her. Because it was a voice of reason. Sometimes when we want something, I don't know if it happens in your house, but sometimes we get excited by the sound of our own voice. And we become emotional. No, this was straight. Ishmael cannot be here. Sarah gave us the power of chinuch boundaries. This is not good for my child. This is just not good for my child. And so when Yitzchak was the Rebbe always in danger of being influenced or being together with Yishmael, she stopped it. There was no I'm sorry. There was no wiggle room. There was no question mark. It was straight. It was without emotion. It was without, maybe there was heart palpitations, I'm sure, but it was done correctly. Let's talk about Sarah a minute. We're told her home, by the way, is the prototype of the Beis HaMikdash. Not the base. Her home is like the Beis HaMikdash. The Beis HaMikdash is like Sarah's home. Let's take the three things of Sarah. Neir doluk me'erev Shabbos le'erev Shabbos. A light that burned from erev Shabbos to erev Shabbos. Ubrocha mitzuyo be'iso. Her challah was fresh from week to week. Va'onon koshur ala ehel. And there was a cloud of protection on her tent. Now let's go to the Beis HaMikdash. In the Beis HaMikdash, Neir Doluk, that's the menorah that burnt, and taught us chinuch. He had to hold it until shalheves elo me'oleo, until it goes up by itself. The light, the fire. The second one is lechem haponim, the showbread that was fresh from week to week in the Beis HaMikdash, taken from Sarah. And if you had only one little piece, you were full, it satiated you. And of course, the last is the onon, which protects us, which are the dinim of Taras HaMishpacha, of family purity. And then Sarah passes at age 127. And we're told that she was the same at 100 as she was at 20, as she was at 7. Every one of her years were perfect. She used her time to the fullest. Everything she did fully. All her years were full. All her time was filled. There was never a time that she was off. She did the right thing. Her life wasn't perfect. She had a very hard life. But her day was full. She did the right thing. She did the correct thing. And she did it in the right way. And I think that one of the reasons she did that is because she had parameters. She had boundaries. So when you feel that inside you, that you get from Sarah. And tshuva you get from Chava. So in our DNA, so far we've discussed the power of tshuva and the power of parameters and boundaries. Seid gesund, Bibirchas Mashiach now. Thank you for being here.